energy. Depression is a bitch that won't stop texting me.
Hi everybody, welcome back. So today what I wanted to do was share with you, and I do this from time to time because it changes from time to time and gets smaller and more choosier, but I wanted to share with you guys the things that I love and cannot get rid of that are high-end, because as we know, I am a broke bitch. BBB all the way. But from my past, or purchases that have been made by me in the past, there were some high-end things that I found that I couldn't replace with other items. So I kept them and I love them. Or things that I found at TjMaxx that were definite keepers. Things like that. Things that were even sent to me that I'm like, I'm never getting rid of these. They are amazing. They are expensive. They're high-end or above. And I know that sometimes, even when you're broke, you do have moments where you can ask for things like this, or you can purchase things like this yourself. So here's some ideas. Let's go ahead and get into this and see what I personally believe is worth everything. First off, I'm actually wearing the eyeliner today in my lower waterline in Double Life, I believe. But the Urban Decay, they're 24/7 glide-on eye pencils. These are so expensive that I will never buy them. Never. The ones that I have, which I think are 3, I have been sent by Urban Decay like 2 or 3 years ago. I still use them. They're still good. My Double Life is like this small because it's a brown. It's like a rich brown, and I love it so much. These really are the kinds of eyeliner pencils you want if you have watery eyes and your eyeliner is constantly like bunching into the corners of your eyes or running off. These were one of the only ones I've used that don't do that. So yeah, they're really, really good. It's just I could never. Or I would never. I could buy 20 things on Shop Mercier. The next thing from Urban Decay that I can't live without, have but don't like to, is their all-nighter setting spray. And I've told you guys this before. I absolutely love this. This was actually something that I won for doing an influencer campaign on their liquid lipsticks they just came out with. This is so good. Usually I have a travel size because that's all I could afford. And if you can't afford the full size, they do have smaller sizes. Thank goodness, finally, companies are coming out with mini sizes because sometimes people can't handle that price. But this is the best setting spray, hands down. Hands down. Now I want to talk about NARS. And to tell you the truth, there isn't too much from NARS that I would say is actually worth that money. That price is so ridiculous. As a creator, it's very, very hard to purchase even their limited edition stuff or their normal stuff, because they go like, they get rid of them so quickly, and then you can't find them unless you go on to Mecari or, you know, Poshmark and pay triple, quadruple what it actually costs. So this first thing is like that. So this cannot be found unless you go somewhere else and find it and probably pay an awful price. But this palette is everything, and it is from NARS, and it's a Narcissist palette called Loaded. This is so good. I've kept this for years. Best black I've ever used. They're just my everyday colors that I can depend on. There's not a single eyeshadow in this that doesn't perform perfectly. So I've kept it. I mean, it's been well needed for the days where I'm trying eyeshadows that aren't really working with me. This helps me get it to work. So I'll never get rid of that. And it's a huge, huge love. And I hope that they come back with it because a lot of people liked it. And the next item from from NARS that I know is still sold. It's a staple in so many people's routines. You don't even know. And that is the NARS Concealer Pot. They call this the Soft Matte Complete Concealer. I call it the NARS Pot Concealer because they really only have one as far as I know. I have mine in light 2.75. And that is actually a tad darker than me. if that helps you. But it doesn't matter because I use this as a spot concealer underneath everything before I do my makeup. And that's what a lot of people use it for. And it is a miracle worker. I've tried finding dupes for this over the years, and there are just no dupes for this. It is amazing. I think it's like 30 bucks for this. But I'm telling you also, I've had this for well over 3 years. I'm just getting close to the bottom in the center. So, yeah, you get a lot for what you pay for, I guess. I'm trying to keep this all to the same, like, company. Let's talk about Laura Mercier. I have more things from Laura Mercier, but these are the 2 things that I'm like, I will never get rid of these. The first one is their Secret Under Eye Setting Powder. This is so good. So good. You don't need a lot. I've had it for years, and I'm about 1/4 of the way down. That's it. And I love this so much. This makes your under eyes look so good without looking crepey. So if you're older or have a lot of emotion lines under your eyes, you'll love this baby. And then the second one, I'm not sure if it's still sold. I'll link it if it is, but I found this at TjMaxx. And this is Laura Mercier's Highlight in 01. But this is their Matte Radiance Highlight. I do not get that. Matte Radiance. I mean, this is so beautiful. And it is baked, which means you can use it wet or dry. But, and of course my camera doesn't show the actual true, like, sheen of this. But it's not matte. It's satin, I guess you could say. I guess it's not, they probably called it matte because it's not like beaming to the gods highlight, but it is so beautiful. It's so beautiful if you don't like that super highlighted look, which a lot of us don't. The next thing is from Too Faced. Too Faced has like really gone downhill with all the drama, and then the company change, like the owner change and everything like that. I haven't looked at Too Faced in so long. I don't even care to look. I just, meh. But I do, and I have had so many of their products, and they have come and they have gone. And I just got the weirdest burp that I couldn't control. It just came up and out. I'm so sorry. But the 2 things that I've kept, loved, and just cannot get rid of are 2 palettes of theirs right here. This one I cannot find anywhere. What happened to this? They have a pumpkin one. Why am I so burpy? What's going on? I'm talking about too much money here. It's giving me indigestion. But they have a pumpkin one and all sorts of other ones. I looked everywhere for this, even on Amazon, and I can't find it. So you'd have to go to Mecari or Poshmark. But, I mean, the pumpkin one is so much alike, like it, as usual, with all of their palettes. But this one, so good. It's so good. I love it. I don't smell anything on it, but I love it. I'm sick. I haven't been able to smell shit anyway. But that palette, and I don't know if this is still for sale either. Excuse me if it's not. But the Too Faced Gold palette, right? Chocolate Gold. I think this is like so underrated. The packaging is so freaking cool with the melted gold. You open it up, and I'm telling you, these colors are magical. They're magical. I love them so much. That's why I keep staring in my viewfinder. They're just so freaking pretty, you guys. So if you're able to ever get your hands on any of these palettes, please, please do. And don't spend $1,000, so don't do that. Okay, I have a couple of things that are just one thing from each brand. First of all here, KVD. We'll call it KVD. It used to be Kat Von D. She sold it because of her drama and reputation. So now it is just KVD, which is like vegan beauty and all this other stuff. But the tattoo liner holds true sense. Kat Von D to KVD. It all holds true. This eyeliner, because I've been having trouble with it fraying at the edges because of watery eyes, this does not do that. This is one of the best, most matte jet black, stay where you want it to stay eyeliners I've ever used. I had a mini version, and then I got this version because I was like, oh, I love you. And then this was sent to me from Influencer, and I can't help but love it. I have a lot of brow eyeliners, or brow liners, brow pencils, excuse me, that are way too light for my eyebrows. So I go in with this. And this is the Makeup Forever Aqua Resist Brow Fixer. I don't even think you really need, if you have a well-defined eyebrow, you don't need a pencil, you only need this. This is a darker color, it's slanted, and you just apply it and it makes your eyebrows darker, more defined, and it's a gel in itself, so it will keep your eyebrows where you want them. It's very underrated. Not a lot of people have talked about it, not a lot of people cared, because I think when you get on the site, you're not really looking, unless that's what you're looking for, the tiny little things that you see in the product listing. You're looking for the eyeshadows, the blushes, stuff like that. So I think that it's been way underrated, and it's just so good. And then, because I leave all of my details about everything about me, my nails, my jewelry, my makeup, my clothes, I leave that all listed down below if you guys have any questions. You might have seen this a lot in my makeup worn, and that is the Bobbi Brown Enriched Face Base. I think that this is the most amazing primer, the most amazing base to apply to your makeup, even if you're oily. I have oily skin, and I find that this kind of counteracts that, and it really makes my makeup look fresh and natural, and almost like it sinks into it. And I really, really like this. I am terrified of the price, so I use it sparingly. I'm about a quarter of the way down, but it does last a long time, and I do know that they have many sizes of these. Thank you, Bobbi Brown. And then for Hourglass. Hourglass is ridiculous. You guys are ridiculous. They have some amazing products, but their prices are ridiculous. So I do have an $80 Ghost Edit palette that I will keep forever. I was going to put it in this, but I'm like, it's a limited edition. I can't even link where it is for you guys. They come out with a limited edition Ghost Edit palette every year. So whichever one calls to you, if you want it, grab it, but it's $80 freaking dollars. I had this gifted to me by my friend Tracy, and it is the Hourglass Foundation Stick. This is one of the best foundations I've ever tried, and it's the only foundation that I have found in my life, in my 30, almost 6 years, that matches my skin completely. And it is in linen. I love it. I love it so much. I use it very sparingly, but it will be in an empty soon. You don't need a lot of it also. That's a tip. If you use too much of it, because it's a stick, if you use too much, you're going to like Cake City. Only use a tiny bit and build up as needed. The next thing from BAreMinerals. I don't do too much from BAreMinerals, but I believe I got this at TjMaxx, but they still sell it on the site, and it is so freaking good. It is the BAreMinerals Bare Skin Perfecting Veil, and as you can see, I love this powder. It does come with a puff. I don't know what happened to my puff. Look how dirty that is. You guys, I use it so much. It's so good. It's so good. And I will always probably get it again because it makes my skin look like a porcelain doll, and I'm down for that. I'm very, very down for that. Now the next things, as I'm over here, the next things are things that I've recently been sent by Kaja Beauty, and these are the things that I'm like, if you don't run and get these, you are Looney Tunes, but also broke. So that could be that, you know? You could be broke, Looney Tunes, both, whatever you want to be. But their beauty bentos, ugh, okay, I did not get these. I did not get these at all. Like, I didn't understand them, I should say, because there's 3 shadows and they cost almost $30. So I was like, I'm never doing that. Never. And then they sent them to me and I started playing around with them. They are better than Natasha Denona. Hands down, put my life on it. The eyeshadows are such good quality. I get it. I get it now. So as a BBB member, I would say look at them find your absolute favorite and stick with that one because they're too pricey. But get at least one of them. They are so good. And then this next thing is quite new to me, but I've been using it a lot, and oh my god. I love it so much. And it is their Butter Up Play Bento. This is a face bento. It comes first, if I can open it, with a blush that is beautiful. And I don't remember what this cost. I'm sorry. I'll put it on the screen. But then it comes with a beautiful highlighter. Beautiful. I mean, and their stuff is so creamy. You barely have to touch it. Such a beautiful highlight on the skin. And then it comes with a cream bronzer. I put my beauty blender. Oh my god, it's so good. It's so good. So I would highly recommend this. This is really good. I'm like excited about it. You can always tell when I'm excited about a product because my mouth gets real big. Alright, I have two more things. I do have a lot more that I like. If you guys want to see a part 2 to this, let me know. But I don't like to talk or use high-end things too much because that's really not what I'm about. But, I mean, we all like to be spoiled and grab some things from time to time. So I'm not without luxury things. This next thing is from Amazon, but it's from a company called ZC. And as you can see, the palette is moving because the inside of it is a pink glitter that falls wherever you put it. It is the coolest packaging I've ever seen. So it's the ZC times British Museum, Alice in Wonderland, We're All Mad Here palette. It comes with a double-ended brush that you can actually use. It's a really good brush. And then it comes with the palette and a huge mirror. Now, if you like pinks, you'll love this. This is, and it has multiple different kinds of formula of eyeshadow too, and blushes and whatever else you want to use this for. This is such a fun palette to play with. I believe that it's $35. That's why I'm putting it into the high end. ZC is kind of like the Asian high end, or Korean, I'm not sure. But their stuff is so beautiful. Their formulas are divine, like high-end divine, if not better. And their packaging is way better than high-end packaging. So you're getting your actual money's worth with that, and that's why I love going on Amazon. And then lastly, I think I got this from Octoly when I still worked for them, and this is from Ofra. It's their Glow Up palette. This contains and helped me make so much room because I had so many Ofra singles in their big old boxes. But this helped me minimize that because this is like all of their highlighters in one, except for the Samantha March and the ones that they come out new with. But they got this whole wheel here. I think it's all on the back. You have the Beverly Hills, and that you get 10 grams of the Beverly Hills highlight, which is all of that. And then you have Rodeo Drive, which is right here, which is one of my favorites. Blissful next to it, which is another one of my favorites. Am I reading this right? Yes. And then Star Island, which is really good on my skin. So I absolutely love Ofra. Their stuff is really good, but you're going to pay that damn price. Do not get them on Ulta. Get them on their actual website and use a creator's code so you can get 30% off, because as nice as the stuff is, it is not worth as much as it costs, as usual, with high-end and luxury. Alright, so that is everything I wanted to share with you. Like I said, I will leave everything linked below if you're interested in any of this, as well as all of my details. Let me know in the comments if you want to see a part 2. And I, of course, will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.